Boom. Live. Ask Elder Monday morning or afternoon, depending on where you're from. Elder, it's been like 3 weeks, I think, since the last one. We were
Yes.
going to go last week, but
Mhm.
ran into some scheduling conflicts. But how are you?
I'm blessed. I'm doing well, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, this my busy season, man. So my schedule it's crazy.
Hey,
Um,
I'm just honored that you're up here with me today. That's
yeah,
all that
it'll
matters.
probably be
We
two
made it.
weeks. It'll probably be 2 more weeks before we get to come back because I know for the next 2 weeks I'm not gonna be available. So
Hey, whenever we can get to it. But um chat, how is everybody doing? Gosh, it's been a while. Man,
it has.
I'm only on Player's Choice now twice a month. It feels like I need to, when playoffs come, I need to make a decision. When playoffs come, if the Mavs are in, maybe I'll join. I'll join a show or two. If the Mavs are out, I might not join till next season. Okay.
Can't be
Oh
that way,
man.
JD. Can't be that way.
Yeah. No, we'll see. We'll
Hey,
see.
we both teetering. I mean, the Lakers, they all teetering. I mean, this thing could go anyway with 7 games to go. You have no idea what can happen in these 7 games.
We're
No
yeah,
idea.
we're going to talk about the playoff picture a little more maybe in depth here. But I wanted to start with on Thursday on the Players Choice Network on Fluent and Chill.
Hmm.
They had a pretty big guest. I mean, he's a somewhat big guest, I guess. I don't know.
Literally.
Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal joined the show. It was amazing. Great
Hmm.
entertainment. Um, just to have somebody like that on a show is incredible.
Hmm.
Um, and it was I really enjoyed the conversation. Like I was just sitting there, I was laughing. It was funny.
Yep.
It was just good banter, good back and forth.
Hmm.
But I was curious because I saw that you were in there as well during the live, and I was curious to hear your thoughts. Did anything like stick out to you, or like, oh wow, or like that you didn't agree with him, or
Oh no. The thing that stuck out the most to me
the
is
Kobe
how
thing?
he cooked his cousin on the Kobe thing. That was beautiful to me. I mean, I love that.
I knew you would love
Because
that.
we've been trying to figure out why Chill has such disdain for Kobe Bryant. Even some of the most stout Kobe Bryant haters that are our age and over, 40 and over, right? Because they got to see a good portion of Kobe's career. The younger group really didn't. They only got to see the end of Kobe's career. So I can understand why they may view him in a different light. We could never figure out why Chill has him outside the top 10. I took when he told me the story about Kobe skunking him 11-0, and I'm like, okay, so now you stuck on number 11, because it just made no logical sense that you can try to name 10 guys better. It just didn't. So when Shaq came in, who played with LeBron, who played with Kobe, um, Shaq actually played against Mike, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaq got to play against Mike. So he got to
Hmm.
play against all three of these guys. And I understand the beef that they had. And I understand that Chill Town was there. I remember him telling me when we talked later that he was around for all of this stuff. Now it makes sense because it's family. You know what I mean? Your first cousin, you're going through all of that. The thing that don't make sense to me, if Shaq has gotten past it, how come you can't Chill Town get past it? And I said, I don't know if you got a chance to see it. The next morning, Chill Town came over to Tickets channel. I don't know if you saw that or not.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you gotta go see it, JD, when you get time. It is hilarious
It's
because
on
as
TikTok.
Chill Town's coming over, me and Ticket are both like, oh, now we see where this is all coming from because it's family. Now
Yeah,
it makes sense. And
yeah,
then Chill Town made a statement. He said, Ticket, it was me, him, and Ticket on there early in the morning and
yeah,
our time. So you was definitely asleep because it was like
yeah,
7,
yeah.
8 o'clock my time.
Oh yeah,
And Chill Town said, Ticket, you're like a sleazy. You're like what's the guy's name? Don King. He said you're like Don King. You're like a sleazy boxing promoter. I said, chill. You're viewing this from the wrong perspective. He's not a sleazy boxing promoter. What we're having here is an intervention, sir. We're having an intervention. All we laughed, man. We had a good time, man, joking around and playing. But it makes sense to us now. And I told Chill, we're gonna stay on your helmet until you get your list right. But that was the highlight of the interview, and I agree with you. The interview was incredible. It was entertaining. Hit a lot of different things. Did you know that was his cousin? I don't know if anybody knew that.
No, I think that was like the bomb that he dropped live then that no one knew. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know if anyone knew, but
he told me the stories about how he was around and how he got to play Kobe. So I'm like, he's really close. But I know he went to school out there. I think like Utah or something like that. Maybe I can't remember where he went to school. I was like, I didn't know what the connection was that would have him that close to where he could play Kobe 1-on-1 and be around Shaq. And when he made the statement to me that there was no way Shaq was going to, relinquish that power to Kobe, I'm like, boy, you talking from a person like you and Shaq are buddies or something. But y'all know each other, and now it all makes sense. So that was the highlight of it. I love hearing Shaq say, if we consider Jordan perfection, what does that make Kobe then? See, Shaq telling everybody he got Kobe number 2 on his list. And I know that's, I see it, JD. I see it's getting you, JD.
Yo, so
and then remember he said, you got LeBron over Kobe?
Yeah, it was funny.
I totally disagree. I love that portion so much.
Somehow we got the crunchy mic back. I have no idea. I think it might be a an intermittent connection thing that is causing the mic issues. We tried to fix it at the beginning, chat, and it was perfectly clear, and then it just came back. So I'm guessing because it can't be the mic because we've heard the clear.
Maybe I get closer. If I get closer to it.
No, I think it's I think it's just a connection thing. So I think it's
my family's texting me now telling me it's a little choppy. And,
it is.
I got the earpiece in, but it is not working. It's not connected to that, so that has nothing to do with it.
It's crunching like crazy.
Is it?
So yeah. What I want to say? Oh, about like the Kobe, just like ranking Kobe. When I was in high school, I think high school, I wasn't super high on Kobe either until I came to appreciate Kobe probably in college. But what I disliked so much was I just felt like he was a black hole. I felt like he didn't seem at the time, it didn't look like he was trying to get anyone else involved, and he was just trying to get his. And so I was like, damn, that, like, looking from a teammate's perspective, that would suck to play on Kobe's team because you're just standing there, right? And so this is what a lot of people like Dell, for example, this is Dell will blame LeBron for that everyone's got to change their game to adapt to LeBron, and they just have to stand in the corner and let LeBron do his thing. I also wasn't a big fan of LeBron early on because I don't know, maybe it was just like he was getting so overhyped. I was like, this guy is not that good, and then he turns out to be my GOAT. So again, grow up, mature, start to really appreciate greatness. But Kobe, as much as I still kind of look back at Kobe, I'm like, he's played a little bit selfish for a while. But to see just what he was able to do and everything, basketball talent, mentality, approach to the game, it's commendable. So
yeah. And I don't think a lot of people get to really understand all that Kobe dealt with. I'm not saying Kobe wasn't a black hole at times, because he was. And but he would let you know, though. You know what I mean? It's not like playing with a player that's just doing his own thing, coming up with excuses. Kobe let you know, bro, I seen your work ethic. I don't trust you with the ball. I trust me more than I do you. And a lot of his teammates, because of the level that the Lakers had him at, with all these sorry teams that he ended up having to play with, he just didn't trust those guys. But guys that were great, they didn't have to adjust. Like Paul Gasol, he didn't really adjust his game. He took it to another level on the physicality side, but he really still played the same way he did when he was in Memphis. So does Ron Artest, and I'm just thinking all the other players that came and helped them win. Derek Fisher, his game, that you know what I mean? Guys didn't have to dumb down their games to play with Kobe. They did have to elevate their level of competition to play with Kobe, though, because Kobe wasn't having that. He wasn't having that.
Yeah. I just want to say, I apologize. It turns out I had the fix all along. It was just a setting in StreamYard. So your mic is crystal clear now.
Great.
So we're good. I was over here blaming his connection. It was on me, chat. That is my fault. I will take the blame. All right, cool. Yeah, that interview, if you guys haven't seen it, Fluent and Chill. Go to the playlist,
Awesome.
Fluent and Chill. Go see the Shaq interview if you haven't watched it. It was great. It was so cool, and to have it happen over here is like, wow, insane.
Awesome interview.
And they did such a good job too.
They did.
L host JD is rusty. Come on, get off me. All right.
They gave you L host already? Dang.
Hey man, I'm not gonna lie. It is weird being in this seat, not being in the seat for a few days or a few weeks. All right. I want to talk about NBA playoff picture. I don't think we have to spend too much time in the East because that, to me, that looks locked. Maybe the Pacers, maybe the Wizards, but I think you would really have to fall off if you're the Hawks, Raptors, and Bulls to not make the playoffs at this point. The Western Conference is where it gets very interesting. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because this is very tight from 7 to 12. I feel like we could probably agree the Blazers are out. They're 3 games behind 12, and I mean,
yeah,
I don't know that
the
Blazers
they get to 10. And they've already taken all their best players off the court, so they're just playing all the young guys, giving them experience now. Dame and Simons, none of those guys are playing. None of them. They haven't played the last couple games. So Blazers have already chunked the season. That's what I don't know if you saw that quick little interview with Dame, and he was talking about how, I ain't really cool with all this, like getting prepared for next year, and he wants to win now. And so that's what he was referring to, that they have taken all the starters like that and everything and took them out. They ain't playing at all. So Portland's definitely out. I would actually say that this thing is tight from 4 to 12, bro. I don't think it's secure 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think so.
All right, let's start with 4. And what I want to do, well, first let's just run down the list. And then what I want to do is I want to play in or out with, yeah, we'll play in or out.
Cool.
Let's start with 4. Okay, so Phoenix Suns, 39 and 35. Clippers, 39, 36. Warriors, 39, 37. Timberwolves, 38, 37. Pelicans, 37, 37. It's insane how close this is. Lakers, 37, 38. OKC, 37, 38. Now we get to 11. Dallas, 36, 39. Utah, 35, 39. Yeah, the Portland's just so far out, 32, 42. They're 5 games out from playing.
If I can rethink this, then real quick, let's go 5 through, because Phoenix is 4, correct? And they have 35 losses, right?
Phoenix is 4 with 35. Yeah, so we got Nuggets clinch, Grizzlies clinch. Kings haven't clinched yet, but I mean, good luck.
Well, they got 29 losses.
They're in. Okay.
Then Phoenix, right?
Good God, yeah. Yes.
And I'm gonna give Phoenix the benefit of the doubt because they're getting Kevin Durant back.
KD back.
Game, I heard.
On Wednesday,
He's
right?
Back on Wednesday. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, and because they look good with KD. They did. They look good with him. KD's that kind of player that fits in. So I think it's more realistic if we look at 5 through 12, because 5 got some issues, 6 got some issues, and everybody through 12 has some. KD comes back. I think he fixes Phoenix's issues. So I think 4 is pretty much solidified. I do.
Okay. So we'll go 5 through 12.
12,
so
I don't know.
Out of these 7 teams, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 out of these 8 teams, let's play in or out. What is it? 4. Because playing. Yeah, okay. We're playing in or out. So, starting at 5. We got the Clippers at 39 and 36.
Okay. Where? I don't know, but they will be in the top 10. I'm not sold that the Clippers are going to stay in 5 or 6, especially with Paul George being out. I know they're supposed to get Norman Powell back soon. So if I had to, if you hold me down with my arms tied behind my back, if I had to bet on them, I would bet they get one of the top 5 or 6, be the 5 or 6. But I'm not sold on that, especially when I heard this report about what Ty Lue's been going through. I don't know if you saw that. He's lost like 7 family members since December, so he's been struggling.
Oh,
he said, I can't lead a team because we had lost 5 in a row. So he's got a lot of stuff, and everybody's been on his back. He's got a lot of stuff going on. They got a lot of internal things going on. So that's why I'm not 100% sold. I know you got to be professional and deal through it, but yeah, he's lost 7 family members since December, and he wasn't able to go to any of the funerals. So I mean, it's so much, man. There's so much going on with a lot of these teams. You don't know how it's going to affect them. You just don't know. So I would say they're definitely going to be in the top 10. If you made me make a bet, I would say they get it together. Excuse me, especially with getting Norman Powell back. That's going to help them a ton, especially missing old boy Paul George. So I would say they're going to end up getting one number 5 or number 6 is what I think they're going to get.
All right, let's go to 6 right now. Golden State Warriors 39 and 37.
Golden State actually I watched that game a little bit last night. I don't know if you did. They look pretty decent. I think they shortchanged Minnesota. I won't talk about them just yet because I know we're coming up to them. They're definitely in. I think they're in. I think Golden State's going to be in. If I had to bet, I'm gonna say play in though. I'm gonna say play in.
All right. Yeah, they're on the cusp right now, sitting at 6.
They're too
obviously,
inconsistent, man. They live and die by the 3 ball. They're just too inconsistent to me. And they lost the game at home. They can't win on the road. Now you're losing home games to teams that you got to play in the playoffs. They just don't have it. And there's some other things I know, kind of behind the scenes. Trying to avoid certain teams. Man, you're not a champ when you're doing that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I never appreciated that. I never liked that. Where I think Doc Rivers was one of the first ones I seen do that when he was at the Clippers. Tried to be at a certain seed so he play a certain team, and his butt got bounced. And last year, remember how the East was last year? Everybody was trying to avoid Brooklyn. Everybody was. They're going to get healthy. We won't play them. Boston said, skip that. We win as many games as we can. They got Brooklyn in the first round and bounced them by sweeping them. You got to beat the best to be the best. So if you got the goal to be the best, you're not concerned with who you playing. Not like that where you're trying to actually almost dictate your seeding. So I haven't been sold on Golden State all year. I haven't been sold on anything I've seen. I'm not sold on them now. I think they make it, but I think they're going to be a play-in team.
Are you of the similar mindset as a lot of people, is that if the Warriors make the playoffs, you do not want to see them? Or is this year different? Because this has been the past historically, is you see the Warriors in playoffs, you do not want to see them in the playoffs.
Different. I don't think anybody's afraid of playing the Warriors. Their style of play has shown this year. It's going to be easier to guard. It's not like it's going to get harder for you to guard in a 7-game series. They're doing the same stuff. They're making the same cuts. They're doing and they live and die by the 3 ball. And I know they got a lot of guys that can shoot the 3, but they live and die by it. And their defense, to me, is just not good enough. I know they ended up getting Gary Payton Jr. back or the second back. That helps a little bit. If Wiggins comes back, I may feel a little different because they're 2 main calls. Because what those guys allow you to do, those 3 really, Junior, the second, Gary Payton, Wiggins, and Mooney. They'll allow you to guard multiple positions with one guy. And Draymond too, my bad. Draymond's the other one. So if you can get a collective of guys like that, and you got 3 of them on the court at all times, it changes your defense. So if Wiggins comes back, I may change my mind, but I'm just not afraid of them, man. I don't think they have the right mentality. They still losing games on the road. They lost a bunch of games on the road this year with everybody. So I'm just not sold on Golden State. I don't think they had a mindset. I'm not afraid of them. If I'm any of the teams in the NBA, I would not be afraid to play them. I would actually want to play them in the playoffs, especially if I got big guys. I would want to play them. I would want to
Fair
play
enough.
because a lot of that stuff they're getting away with now in the playoffs, they're not going to get away with it.
Fair enough. All right. Timberwolves, they're sitting at 7, 38 and 37 right now.
They're definitely in. They're getting all the guys back. They're getting healthy. Carlton Town hit a big shot last night. I don't know if you saw it. Stop and pop on a. They got a steal. I like the additions of Slow Mo, and I like Minnesota. They are long, they're athletic, and they are committed to defense. They're stars. Anthony Edwards, they're committed to, Gobert, they're committed to play defense. So Minnesota will make it tough for you to score in the latter parts of games. So if you're just not beating their head in, you're going to have a hard time with Minnesota. And now with Karl Anthony Towns back, matching him with Anthony Edwards, you got multiple closers. And Karl Anthony Towns showed that. I mean, he's stop and pop. You got a 7-footer on a fast break that catches it on the wing and stops and pops a 3 to win the game. You know what I mean? So how many teams got that? So yeah, Minnesota's in. Honestly, they got a real good shot to get in the playoffs, not just to play in. I think they have a real good shot to get in. I don't want to put them because they got to go through my Lakers to do it. You know what I mean? They got to play them Wednesday, so or Friday. They've got to play them Friday. So these games are all critical. And I know Minnesota gets jacked up. Karl-Anthony Towns, he gets jacked up to play Anthony Davis, all that. I could easily see Minnesota being 5 or 6. I can see it. Mm-hmm.
Pelicans, 37 and 37. They're currently sitting at 8.
They're in, I believe. I believe they're in. I think they're playing. They've been playing really, really well lately, but I think the schedule's helped them a little bit too. But I think they're in. I think the Pelicans are in. Don't they play the Clippers tonight, if I'm not mistaken? Or who they I got to go look. But in fact, let me pull the schedule up. Yeah, I think they're in. I would think there'd be a play-in team, though. I think they're a play-in team. Yeah, they've had a lot of ups and downs this year.
They play Blazers tonight.
Blazers, yeah. See, that would have been a hard game if the because it's in Portland too, correct?
I think
it would have been a hard game. Yeah, it would have been a hard game, but now that Portland done chunked the season, that's an easy game for you to go beat a bunch of young guys. And that's going to help them. But I think they're in. So that'll be what, 5 in a row? I think they've won 4 games in a row. So that'll be 5 in a row for them. So yeah, they're in. They're in. I know you're like, God dang, we got to get somebody out of here.
Well, I already know who you're going to say. So we're getting down to it. All right. So at 9 right now, we have the Lakers, 37 and 38.
I think the Lakers will do what I said they've been doing. They'll be professional. I think they got an outside shot at making the 6th seed outside. You heard LeBron come out said, recently that that's what they should be shooting for. That shouldn't change. I need to. What I like, we lost. We had 3-game winning streak. We just lost, which is fine. Those type of teams always get the Lakers anyways. Athletic wings will get the Lakers all the time, especially if they're all-star caliber, which they got 2 of them, Chicago. So it makes it tough, and they play a small ball type of game. If the chemistry can get together with LeBron like it's been with AD and the rest of the guys, they'll get the 6th seed. If not, I think they'll end up 7th or 8th is what I really think.
Braun played last night, right?
Yes.
How did he look? Hobbled, or did he look fine?
He looked fine. He wasn't as aggressive, coming off the bench. You could tell he wasn't as aggressive with the dribble. He wasn't as aggressive with the shot. I was happy to only see him shoot 2 threes, and really one of them came at the end of the game. We was trying to get back in the game, so it really wasn't you know what I'm saying? I wasn't disappointed with what I saw with Bron. So he looked fine athletically. He looked fine health-wise to me. The team just has to get back in the flow they had before LeBron came. Because you know how it is. When LeBron catches it, everybody's standing around, everybody looking. And what these teams do, because they can't guard Anthony Davis, they put a bunch of athletic guys out there and they just kind of, pack the paint sort of and kind of dare you to make jump shots. And last night, the Lakers, they didn't make them until late. I mean, you look at the stat sheet, you'll say, oh, well, they made 14 threes and the Lakers made 13. What's the big deal? No, the big deal is a lot of the Lakers threes came late when they were already down 18 points. You know what I mean? And Chicago made timely threes, meaning when the Lakers were going to run, they'll come back with 2 threes. Lakers they go back up, double digits, 15, 17, 18 points, 19 points. Lakers make 2 or 3 threes. You see, I mean, the Lakers will come back a little bit, then they'll come back and make 2 or 3 threes. They make timely baskets. So the stats won't tell everything in that game. But LeBron, to me, looked fine. I think LeBron will be fine. I like the fact that we don't play till Wednesday. So now he has some time off, some more treatment, and a practice. They'll get a practice in before they play the Bulls and go to Chicago. I fully expect the Lakers to beat Chicago in Chicago. Now, if we go there and get thumped, I don't know. I don't know. So,
all right,
but I expect them to go there and beat them.
Let's move to number 10. That is OKC right now, 37-38, tied with the Lakers.
They get in. OKC get. I like what I see. The young.
All right, let's move on.
So that means I got Dallas and
Utah out.
Not getting in.
Yeah.
Woo. I just man, with Dallas, those 2 losses were critical, bro. You cannot
those Hornets
lose.
Losses are bad. They're bad.
To an undermanned Charlotte. It's not like Charlotte ran their starters out there, y'all. They got 3 starters not playing. And they still lost to them twice. I just think internally it ain't there. Because that's just guys not, because they're a better team. Let's just keep it. They're a better team than Charlotte. No way you should, in this critical of a moment, you shouldn't lose. So this is, to me, what this looks like is the type of scenario where internally you have people with ulterior motives. You know what I mean? They got different desires, different goals. Everybody's not on the same page. So it comes out on the court when you're playing D, you're not communicating, you're not on point with each other. I don't think Dallas have it right now. So I don't see them turning that corner. I don't.
Yeah, sadly enough, I agree with you. I think I don't think they make it. I don't think they make playoffs. And even if they did, they won't make noise. So I think you just chalk it up, chalk the season, let SGA get a little run in. Let's see him in the playoffs for once.
Yes.
I would love to see.
Well, he's gonna be in the. I think SGA gonna be in the play-in. I don't think he's gonna make the playoffs.
Oh, you're one of those that considers playing in playoffs separate. See, I look at it, I'm like, that's playoffs.
Playoffs is top 8. Play-in is top 10. You have to play in to get to the playoffs now. But I don't think SGA and them is gonna make it to the top 8.
All right. Okay. I'm going to put the StreamYard link in the chat and let people start coming in. But now what I want to do with you is I want to actually go through the bracket as it stands currently. So, for example, Lakers, OKC, and first play-in, who you got winning that, and then we'll just go through that. Before I move on to that, so here comes the link, chat. In if you do not have a camera on in the waiting room, I will not bring you up if I do not know you. So make sure you have a camera on. Otherwise, I'm not pulling you up. Unless I know you. If you know me, I know you, or Elder knows you. We'll bring you up. And also, quick shout out to the GOAT members of the Players Choice channel, man. It's just everyone who's been supporting the channel. Incredible. King J, Comatose, shout out to y'all, man. You guys are amazing. If you want to join, become a YouTube Players Choice YouTube member, click that join button. Go check out the membership deals. And see if you want to join. All right, play-in tournament. Let's start in the East. We were talking about the West that whole time. Let's go over to the East. We got 9-10 right now. We got Toronto, Chicago.
Toronto.
7-8 is Miami, Atlanta.
Miami.
So now we go into Milwaukee, Toronto. You said Toronto, right?
Yeah, you got to go.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. So we have Toronto,
versus
Miami.
Atlanta.
Oh, you said Atlanta?
No, Toronto, Atlanta. Yeah, because when you're 7-8, whoever loses that game
you're right.
has to play the winner of the 9-10.
Yep, you're right.
So it should be Toronto versus Atlanta, correct?
Yep. And who you got winning that?
Toronto.
And then they go to 8 seed. Okay. So now,
seed.
we got Bucks.
So I got Miami 7th and Toronto 8th.
Yep. And then okay, got you. So now that would make Miami play Boston. Okay, I got it. The play-in shit is confusing. Sorry. All right, so we got Milwaukee, Toronto. This is playoff round 1.
Milwaukee.
We got
Milwaukee in 6. Milwaukee in 6.
6. All right. Cleveland, New York.
Cleveland is number 2?
This is the 4-5 right now.
Oh, you skipping around. Okay. You got Cleveland, New York. I'm going to pick Cleveland. I'm going to pick Cleveland, and I'm going to pick Cleveland in 5.
I'm going with the Knicks, Elder. So we could have a friendly bet up here right now. If this happens, this Cleveland Knicks happens, I'm taking the Knicks. I'm writing this Cleveland Cavaliers are overrated and are going to go out early in the playoffs until the wheels fall off. All right, we have 3-6. This is Sixers Nets.
Sixers and 6.
Gotta be Sixers. Yeah, gotta be Sixers.
Sixers and 6.
Boston, Miami.
Boston and 7.
Really? Okay.
Boston and 7.
All right, let's go over to the West play-in, starting with the Lakers. Lakers, Thunder.
Lakers.
And then we got Pels, Timberwolves.
Timberwolves.
So Lakers, Pels.
Lakers.
So then we got
Timberwolves at 7 and the Lakers at 8.
Yep. Nuggets, Lakers, and Memphis, Timberwolves. All right, so Denver and LA. Well, Lakers and Nuggets.
Lakers and 6.
Ooh. I appreciate that you ride for the Lakers no matter what. I don't see it, but who knows? You can't count LeBron James out, I guess. Suns, Clips.
I think it's a bad matchup for them. I think the Lakers is probably the last team Denver wants to play. I think it's a really bad matchup for Denver. It really is. Yeah.
Suns, Clips. This is the 4-5. Sorry.
Aaron Gordon. Oh.
No, you're good.
You had a little delay there. You said Suns.
Yeah. Clips.
That's 4-5.
Yeah.
Man.
Showtime is in here, by the way, I think, in the chat. So
with KD, yeah. No problem. It ain't that. It's just I don't think you have a healthy Paul George at that time, you know what I mean? Or if he is playing, I don't think he's 100. I'm gonna go Suns and 6, actually. I'm gonna go Suns and 6.
The 3-6
may not go that far though, with a healthy KD.
True. The 3-6 is Kings Warriors.
If the Warriors get back Wiggins, I'll take the Warriors in 6. If they don't get back Wiggins, I'm taking the Kings in 6.
Give me the Kings. I'm about to light the beam with Bob.
I don't think the series goes 7 games. You taking the Kings?
Yeah, I'll take the Kings.
It depends, though. If they get Wiggins back, that changes that whole team. So
you got it.
What'd you say?
You got it. This connection is crazy.
It's like we having we having a little delay or something going on.
Yeah, it's like those news channels out there where it's like They sit there for 10 seconds to respond. It's funny to me. We're still
What's the
delayed.
next
This is
matchup?
crazy. We got Grizzlies and Grizzlies Timberwolves. I think you had the Timberwolves beating the Pels. Yeah.
Yeah. Timberwolves in 7.
Fire.
I got
All right, there we
number
go.
1 and 2 going down.
We got through playoffs round 1. What we'll do in once round 1's over is we'll do this again for round 2. So we'll see how well those picks panned out. All right, let's start bringing some people up here. We're starting with Emmanuel. Emmanuel, what's happening, bro?
What up, Elder? I have a question
man.
for you. What up, man? How you doing? So I had a question about the Kings, man. I feel like a lot of people are like kind of sleeping on them. Like they're trying to lose games on purpose to try to match with them. I feel like that's dangerous mindset, bro. How do you feel about the Kings in the playoffs this year?
I don't trust them, but it depends on the matchups. I don't trust the Kings just because they don't have the experience, but it depends on the matchup. Some teams are a bad matchup for the Kings, so I have to see the matchup. Like I said, if they play in the Golden State Warriors and the Warriors got Wiggins, I think the Warriors are a better team. If they don't have Wiggins, I think the Kings are a better team. If they get into it with, like, let's say the Pels make it, I think they can beat the Pels. I don't think the Pels have enough experience, and they can't stop them on the defensive end. Minnesota can, though, you know. So it just depends on the matchups. But I don't trust the Kings, so I don't see them getting past the second round no matter who they play. I don't see them getting past the second round.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I feel like this team's like a better Dallas team because like they're probably the same tier bad defensively, but they're like way better offensively. And it's the truth, man. The Mavs ain't it this year, bro. I don't know what's wrong with them. The kid is playing Bertans too many minutes. I saw him play a little too much yesterday instead of Cleaver. I just don't like the Mavs this year. So
that's why we don't have them in the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, it's tough, man.
Tough. Emmanuel, you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, dope. Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Salute, man.
Take care, bro.
Take it easy. Yep. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. Hello, Mr. Uber Eats.
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing today?
Salute, Uber Eats.
Sorry, I haven't been in a while, working and, coming in. But I jump in. I'm kind of late. I want to hear why Elder thinks, that my Knicks are laid down in 5 games.
I don't trust your second best player at all, especially in the playoffs. I know people say
I don't think anyone
that
does.
was just 1 year, is this and that. I don't trust Julius Randle at all, and I don't like his mentality. I don't trust him. I think Brunson will do okay. I think Hart will do fine. I don't trust Randle, and I don't trust what's the dude from Canada? What's his name? Barrett.
RJ.
I don't trust RJ Barrett. Those 2 guys, and you need them to beat whoever you're going to go against, especially the Cavs. You need them to beat the Cavs. Their guards are way too dynamic, and their bigs are way too. Their bigs are better. To me, like you get the Cavs, their team to me is just better. They got better guards, they got better wings, and they got better bigs, in my personal opinion. So I don't trust those 2 guys mainly. Those the main reason why I don't want to go with the Knicks.
So my thing is Randall looks bad right now without Brunson to rein him in, especially with his attitude problems. He looks like Randall last year, but with Brunson around, he's calmed down. He plays way better, and not only that, but what about the defense? In the matchups this year, I get his regular season, but they're gonna employ the same plans. They locked up Darius Garland in both matchups. Donovan Mitchell only had 1 good game against us. We locked him up twice. If anything, the only thing that I'm worried about is, a guy like Mitchell Robinson or Randall, whoever's gonna be on Mobley. But with the guards, I'm of course Donovan Mitchell might get his. But I'm not concerned really with Garland with all the guys you could throw on him on defense. You could throw Josh Hart, you could throw Brunson, you could throw in Quickly even, who's been a great defender this season. I don't think the Knicks losing is the problem. I think a laydown in 5 is crazy.
That's fine. That's your opinion. I will agree with the part about the guards because you do have bigger, aggressive, and Grimes and in Hart. You got bigger, aggressive guards, so it will make it tougher for them. And quickly makes it tough for them offensively because he stays in downhill mode. So I could get that. I could see that. I think the playoffs is just a different breed, bro. I really do. And Donovan Mitchell has always shown from day one he lives for the playoffs. He performs during the playoffs. And I think he has a much better supporting cast to go along with him than he had in Utah. Everybody knew Utah were frauds. Nobody had Utah doing anything, even with him there. And the heroics that he did was what led them to get some kind of wins at times and series. But I think his team is better now. And again, I just don't trust those other guys. I don't trust them at all. And they would need to play very good to beat the Cavs. I do. I don't think you beat the Cavs in 7 games with Julius Randle playing mediocre. He would have to play well, and I don't see him doing it. I just don't. With those bigs they got, I don't see him doing it. I don't see Julius Randle playing well. That's just how I feel.
Hey, I'm riding the Knicks with you, Uber.
Thank you.
I'll be right here to take both y'all money. I'll be right here.
That's
call
fine.
Me
Throw
Vegas.
them down.
Call me Vegas. I'll take the bets.
Throw them down.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, Uber, appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Appreciate you, Doc.
The casual. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, brothers? What's going on? How your Monday going?
Amazing, man. Can't
Bless.
complain.
Yeah, there we go. Wouldn't do no good. Don't nobody want to hear all that anyway. Hey, so I heard JD say that you're a Lakers fan and you had the Lakers beating the Nuggets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to tap in and get what's the logic behind the Lakers beating the Nuggets to you?
I think the Lakers healthy is a bad matchup for the Nuggets. Nuggets don't do well against the Lakers. You can just go back and look at the history of it, especially the last 3 years. Even this year, the Lakers, even with the turmoil we had, we still got 2 games from the Nuggets. You know,
that's
all
true.
the injuries and everything like that, we still won 2 games from the Nuggets. So, and which I don't give a lot of credence to regular season when it comes to playoffs. The Lakers are a different breed in the playoffs if they're healthy with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And the Nuggets have no answer for neither one of those. If you have Aaron Gordon trying to guard LeBron, who you going to have guarding AD? Not Jokic. He will destroy him like he always does. Now, Jokic is going to do what he does. I like the combination of our guards against their guards as well. I really do. So I just think it's a bad matchup for Denver to get the Lakers. I guarantee this. Denver don't want the Lakers. I guarantee it. They're not
Oh no, I'm with
it.
you.
I guarantee they don't want to play the Lakers.
On that one. Yeah. So my rebuttal to that is just more of a question. So what would you say if somebody was like, okay, you're absolutely right that the history of the Nuggets versus the Lakers does not bode that well on the Nuggets side, but they're deeper. Jokic is not the same player that he was in 2020, and in recent years, yes, as much as Anthony Davis gotten what he wanted, Jokic has more so and more times than not. And then the addition of having Jokic with Jamal Murray and Gordon being there, and them having a deeper roster now than ever before, honestly. What would you say? What would you say to that? Especially the last game since LeBron came back. The last game they did not look as solid defensively as they did, when he was out. It is only
that's going to come with time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to come with time on the defensive end for the Lakers. LeBron kind of picks and chooses when he wants to play defense, and normally in the playoffs he chooses to play defense. So if he's playing defense, now you're really in trouble. So
That's true, but he is
matchups,
40 now? Is he 40 now?
He's 38.
Oh, no, he's 38. Yeah, he's close to 40
but
now. Do you think he still can cut the switch on? Do you think he can cut the switch on still at 38?
Yeah, he can play defense when he wants to. Yeah, he can play defense when he wants to. He can. Now, I don't think he's going to want to play hardcore defense the whole thing, but people forget the playoffs slow down. There's not as many possessions in the playoffs. So that bodes in his favor. If it slows down and everything is coming from in the paint, that's in the Lakers' favor. Why? They lead the league in paint points. I think they're top 3, top 5. They scored a majority of their baskets inside the paint. Yeah, they scored a majority of their baskets inside the paint. So I think it would be. What did I say? 6. I said Lakers in 6. So I think it's going to be a good series. I just think, and what I've seen from the Lakers, when they can play you over and over, they get better. They get better. Like all those series, even back in the bubble, they lost all those first games. But boy, second game, third game, fourth game, each game, they just start dominating. Because once you make adjustments, if you don't have something else to adjust to it, what can you do? And that's what happens. If the Lakers start making adjustments, what is Denver going to counter to? They deep, but they don't have somebody that can come in and stop AD. They don't have somebody that can come in and stand in front of LeBron without getting in fouls. You know what I mean? And then you got the advent of D'Lo. See, good ball handlers can hurt them. So now we got the Reeves, D'Lo, LeBron out. Is that on my end?
Mm-hmm.
Is that on my
end? Wait, say it again.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's like you're coming in and then coming out.
No, it looked like I went out. I don't know if you heard me.
I heard.
Sorry about that. Is that on my end, JD?
I heard you.
Yeah, it's your connection, I think.
I heard you say D'Lo and having LeBron, like basically having more playmakers. Oh no, you're good, brother.
Yeah, when you have more ball handlers, it can hurt because you can penetrate and kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can penetrate and kick. So the more ball handlers you got, the better.
My only problem with that, especially looking at the Lakers, is because LeBron is so ball dominant, right? Like the offense works best with LeBron. But on D'Angelo Russell's case, we saw how he looked in Brooklyn when he was ball dominant, right? He was an all-star. And then he goes to Golden State in Minnesota, where he played a little more off ball and he wasn't as effective. And then if there was even more evidence to make you a little more concerned, looking at that game last night, was it last night or yesterday afternoon, when LeBron came back, you could see he once he came off the bench, him and D'Lo on the floor. LeBron had the ball a lot of the times, and D'Lo was just sitting back watching him. And that's the problem that I have with the Lakers offense, period. Darren Ham is doing a phenomenal job defensively with this group, especially with the pieces that he had. I did not expect Malik Beasley to play as much defense as he's willing to play since he's come to the Lakers. My problem is, though, now that LeBron is back, with him playing wishy-washy defense, right? Like you said, like he plays defense when he wants to, but he doesn't play it all the time. With him being 38, you don't expect him to. But with that being the case, it does affect the rest of the group, because when they see their leader taking plays off, they sort of feel like they can take plays off. And then on the offensive side, with him dominating the ball, a lot of these players were able to get touches and be able to come off the screens and stuff like that. And AD was unselfish for much of the games that LeBron missed. So they were able to get off. Now that LeBron has the ball, I'm interested to see how D'Lo, Malik Beasley, even Jared Vanderbilt to some extent, find their way in this offense now.
I get what you're saying. I'm not sure what game you were watching last night, because D'Lo didn't play last night, so I'm not sure what game you was watching.
Sure. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Him and LeBron on the court together last night.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
He didn't play last night. I believe that the Lakers, no problem. I believe the Lakers are going to proportion that ball handling out to preserve LeBron. That's what I believe. Okay. We got to see it, though. We have to see it, because last night they really, if you watch them, they wasn't just standing around watching LeBron. He didn't do a lot of penetrating. He didn't do a lot of ball handling. You know what I mean? He wasn't really aggressive last night, but it was his first game back. So that's why I said, with a little bit of rest, we don't play till Wednesday. We can get a practice in, an actual practice. Now we can really see the best way to implement LeBron. And to me, the best way to do it is to take the balls kind of out of his hands. He's good off ball, actually. I think LeBron offensively should be more in like a two-guard mode. That's what I think. He's best attacking offensively, creating, and scoring. That's what I think. So
him and AD playing off ball together.
They have guys they can trust, like D'Lo, like D'Lo, like Schroeder, like Austin Reeves, that can trust handling the ball now. In the past, it was hard trusting guys to handle the ball. They just didn't have enough ball handlers. They got them now. So I think Lakers will be fine. They just need a little bit of time with LeBron. They'll be fine.
Dope. Yo, bro,
All right.
appreciate you tapping in with us, man.
Hey, that's love. That's love. Hey, you guys take care. All right.
Yep, you too.
Salute, bro.
Elder, I know that you are on time constraints today. We were gonna have probably about like 10 more minutes, but with the intermittent connections and stuff, I think we could just call this one early. I apologize for everyone who weren't able to pull in today, but we hopefully will be going live again in the next 2 weeks. So if you weren't able to join today, make sure you tap in with us next show. Before we do leave, though, Elder, we do have a super chat from Nick T. I want to pull this up. Elder, I was concerned last night with Lakers offense going 5 straight possessions with 80 not touching the ball, and Beasley is hurting our offense.
I have to see that part of it because I actually, believe it or not, I actually didn't watch all the game. I watched some of it. It can happen. If teams are loading up, they're not going to let you get the ball to AD. And one thing that he don't do is force the issue. So it could happen. Beasley's shooting is kind of becoming an issue just because he's not making enough. The problem is, like, this is why stats are not always facts. If you looked at Beasley last night, he was 6 of 14 from 3. Most people say that's great. That's almost 50%. If you watch the game, they didn't come in the time that we needed them, and a couple of them came late when they were ineffective. A few of them, I think 2 or 3 of them came when the game was really kind of locked up. We were down double figures, 15 points, so it didn't really matter. But I think the Lakers will get it worked out, y'all. I think they'll get it figured out. I think as long as guys can make shots, timely shots, the Lakers are going to be fine because teams are going to force you to do that. They're not going to let AD go off and kill him for 30, 40 points no more. They're going to load that up, make you kick it out, and use their athleticism to contest those shots. You got to make them. The Lakers make a decent amount of them. Nothing crazy. Just make a decent amount that keeps the defense honest, and then AD can dominate.
Dope. All right, y'all. Apologize for the audio and connection issues.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Hey, you're good. I've figured out, I think, on my end how to address at least the audio issues. So moving forward, we should be good. And make sure you tap in with us in 2 weeks from now. If you weren't able to join today, come through in 2 weeks. Write down whatever questions you had so that you remember, because some people in the private chat said that they had smoke. So I want those two to come back. And please bring the smoke. All right. Elder, do you have any final words before we cut out?
No, man, let's get excited. This is what we've been waiting for. A lot of basketball aficionados and basketball heads have been wanting to see these matchups with the greatest players in the game right now. And it looks like this playoffs, we're about to get to see some of the greatest players go against some of the greatest players. Can't ask for nothing better. So I was always against that plan. I'm not now. If it's going to get this kind of basketball at the end of the season and good playoff matchups like this, I'm for it. So let's get it done.
I'm excited. All right, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do other things, man. Light the beam. Shout out to Bob. All right. We'll catch you in 2 weeks.
Salute. Yeah, that was crazy.